time to genuinely think different.
Speaking at the oil and gas conference in Uganda's capital Kampala, Ashish Taka says Africa needs to move away from the traditional forms of banking and that new innovations like mobile banking solutions must be championed to support business growth. Mr. Taka says Atlas Mara hopes to introduce a new banking model for Africa if the Barclays deal succeeds.
48% of Kenya's GDP is pumped through mobile money, which is quite amazing. But this is still mobile money, and this is still telecom operator-led. The next big wave needs to be mobile banking, and it needs to be financial institution-led.
Mr. Taka is a co-founder of the investment company Atlas Mara, together with Bob Diamond, the former CEO at Barclays PLC. On Tuesday, Atlas Mara confirmed that it was in discussions with a group of investors exploring a bid for Barclays business in Africa.
We want to become the leading financial services player on the continent. By leading, that doesn't mean the biggest, it means the best. And I think we have the ability to do so, taking into consideration that bringing in new products and services, being a real bank for business, being extremely innovative.
In March, Barclays said that it planned to cut its stake in its African business over the next 2 to 3 years in a strategy shift. The Barclays Bank planned takeover in Africa comes at a time when other African banks are struggling to stay afloat in business. Some have completely closed shop, but Atlas Mara says this is an opportunity to expand and they will not be discouraged by the current events. Michael Baleke, CCTV, Kampala.